No.
Next up is the beautiful voice and wonderful tunes of James Lee Stanley from California.
Thank you both. This is for Donald. There's no dancing now. It's so easy to see when you lie. You get that far away look in your eye. Then your lips start to move as you get in that groove. It's so easy to see when you lie. Yes, it's easy to see what we've lost. And it's easy to measure the cost. Banker, priest, multiply what adds up to a lie. It's so easy to see what we lost. All that Mobius conversation, just a dubious exhortation. And when I object to the meter your text, you say I must eschew obfuscation. You can sing that part. I must eschew obfuscation, yeah. We all know why you do what you do. Think the choices should be left to you. Well, regardless your money, it's not up to you, honey. It's not easy to see what we lost. All that dubious conversation, just a spin doctor clarification. And when I object to the meter your text, you say I must eschew obfuscation. Where were you? I must eschew obfuscation. All that spin doctor clarification, just a Mobius conversation. And when I object to the meter your midnight text, I say I must eschew obfuscation. That was your shot, folks. I must eschew obfuscation. Enough is enough, I've heard tell. And it's not that we don't wish you well, but there's really no doubt you are squeezing us out. Enough is enough, somebody ring the bell. Enough is enough, somebody ring the bell. Enough is enough, ring the bell. Woo. Thank you. Thank you, Donald, for ruining my fucking life. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Thank you. This is a song Cheryl always wants to hear, so I'll do it for you, okay? All you really had to do was talk to me. All you had to do was let me know that you thought we had a chance of making it. I would have never let you go. But we turned our heads, left it all unsaid, and let it slip away. Some people run from love and hide their hearts, and they never know the dream. Some people open up and welcome love, but for you and me, maybe it's somewhere in between. In between the time, hello just fell in place, and the helpless way we said goodbye was the very moment we were face to face, heart to heart, eye to eye. But we turned our heads and we left it all unsaid, and we let it slip away. Some people run from love and hide their hearts, and they never know the dream. Some people open up and welcome love, but for you and me, maybe it's somewhere in between. It isn't in the shadow on the mirror. Is it in the writing on the wall? Is it in the shelter of indifference that betrays the longing in us all? When we turn our heads and we leave it all unsaid, and we let it slip away. Some people run from love and hide their hearts, and they never know the dream. Some people open up and welcome love, but for you and me, maybe it's somewhere in between. This is a song for Kentucky Kim. She's the county clerk that would not sign same-sex marriages because she was so fucked. So this is, did I say that again? I'm sorry. I meant because she was misinformed by God. I mean, I called God from earlier in my set. Okay, so this is called They Do It in His Name. Some say nothing's bad or good, thinking makes it so. Some believe in heaven, some say they just don't know. I keep my own counsel, I wish you'd do the same. Cursing me or blessing me, you do it in His name. Yes, you do it in His name, and you know what He would do. You do it in His name, as if you really knew. You do it in His name, you know not what you do. People have opinions, and people have beliefs. Some come for the comfort, some for the relief. Some borrow what they cannot steal, some do it for their gain. Hey, some fake it when they cannot feel, some do it in His name. Yes, they do it in His name, and they know what He would do. They do it in His name, as if they really knew. They do it in His name. And to hell with me and you. Blackened beads of rosary, golden wheels of prayer, crosses with the Star of David, crescents in the air. Yes, they're symbols of the faithful. The truth is theirs alone. Superstition, sacred cows, roll away the stone. They do it in His name. They know not what they do. They do it in His name. embrace whatever comforts you. I will do the same. No one knows what's coming next, and who knows who's to blame. Why judge anybody? Just let each other be. Hey, I'll let you in my heaven, and you can do the same for me. Yes, I'll let you in my heaven, you can do the same for me. Hey, I'll let you in my heaven, you can do the same for me. Yes, we'll do it in His name. Who knows what He might do? We'll do it in His name. I think it's up to me and you. We'll do it in His name. Thank you. Protesters' songs are alive and well in Woodland Hills, California. And also in most rap music when you think about it. In any event, I was born in 1946 to an Italian family in a row house in Philadelphia. My great-grandparents lived there with my grandparents and my aunts and uncles and my mother, all of whom were Italian. And my grandparents and great-grandparents were from the older country. And my father's, I was the first child of the next generation, you know. And because they were all Italians, there was not a moment during the first 3 years of my life when someone wasn't kissing me. You know, it's just, that's what happens with Italians. They're kissing people, you know. And my grandmother was the kissinest of the kissinest. You know, she was your perfect Italian 4x4, mustache, black dress, you know, just, but with a fabulous lap that I spent a lot of time in, you know. And she used to kiss me all the time, and she'd grab my cheeks and she'd go, "You're such a pretty boy, I love you, face is such a pretty boy." And she'd just like twist my cheeks off, you know, and kiss me all the time. And later, when the 60s, I used to have hair. And in the 60s, when all my hair was popping out all over my face and my head, I stopped to see my grandmother. She answers the door and she goes, "Jimmy, why you got it down the hair? Why you got it down the beard? I can't see your face, or where's your face? I can't see your face, or where's your face? Someday, cut your hair, take a peach, sing to me." Well, I never did. But when it got to the end of her ride, they called me in San Francisco and they said, "James, if you want to see your grandmother, you better get out here." So I raced out to Philadelphia, flew out. I went to a store and I bought a three-piece suit. I went to a barber shop. I had my hair all cut off, razor cut, shaved beard, little mustache, you know, three-piece suit. I mean, I was looking real good. And I went into my grandmother's hospital room to her deathbed. She's lying there, frail. It's the end of her life, you know. And I walked in there all clean up and I said, "Grandma." She goes, "Jimmy, why you got that earring?" You cannot make this stuff up, folks. So as I've matured, I've begun to realize how important families are. Yeah. And I wrote this tune for my family and for my father when he was failing. And then for my sisters, and then for my mother, and then for all of us. So it's called "Here We Have My Father." Here we have my father, moving kinda slow. He's the one who taught me everything I know. Keep your word, he told me. Keep the golden rule. Here we have my father. Some say he raised a fool. Here we see my sisters, full of joy and grace. Well, everybody loves them. You can see it in their faces. They They always have a kind word, always lend a hand. Here we see my sisters who always understand. Now we find my mother, Texas plain somewhere, gone but not forgotten. She's here in every prayer. She's the one who gave me love to light my way. Love is all that matters. She said, live it every day. Will you live it every day? Well, life goes on within you. Without you too, it seems we settle for survival. And we struggle for our dreams. And every day we witness the fight between right and wrong. To turn away in silence just proclaims you're going wrong. Are you gonna go along? Thank you,
Stanley.